welcome back. This is part two. So after ending on that note from the previous slide, what I'm essentially advising you to do is not to dig your own grave with your own knife and fork. I know that sounds like something Grandma would say, but you truly are what you eat. If you eat bad food, your chances of developing a chronic illness increase exponentially. If you eat good food and make good eating and make eating good food a habit when you're young, sustaining a healthy lifestyle becomes that much easier. And if you develop a chronic condition due to other factors, it probably won't be nearly as bad. At least I hope it's not nearly as bad. So, just curious, what do you guys eat in a typical day? Where do you have breakfast? Do you even have breakfast? How long does it take you to get to work? Does that have an effect on what you eat for breakfast, if you do eat breakfast? What do you eat for lunch? Do you bring your lunch or do you let the guys on site dictate what you eat? What do you eat for dinner? Do you eat dinner? Do you have snacks? What snacks do you eat? Where do you get your snacks? Where do you get your dinner? I just kind of want to get input on all of that. Few discussion. Okay. So obviously to prevent chronic diseases, we should all be consuming, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, fat-free or low-fat milk and dairy products, lean meats such as turkey, poultry, fish, eggs, beans, nuts, and of course foods low in saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, salt, and added sugar. We'll get to that last little bit. I know I touched on cholesterol and salt, but we'll get to the fats and the added sugars when we talk about food labels. But this is what mom taught us. Eat your fruits and veggies. The darker the bread, the better it is for you. Kind of something to keep on your mind. And dairy products do include ice cream, so you can have low fat or fat free ice cream. It's a thing. It's out there. I promise. And even dairy alternative products, if you're lactose intolerant, are excellent choices as well. If you choose not to eat or consume meat or animal products, beans and nuts are wonderful sources of proteins and omega-3 fatty acids. So we'll go ahead and keep going here. So where and how do you obtain your food on a typical day? Where are you getting your breakfast? Are you stopping at Dunk's and getting a coffee? Or you're being sent out on a coffee run? Are you getting something at Dunk's on your when you do the coffee run? Where are you getting your lunch? Are you going to Papagino's? Are you going to D'Angelo's? Are you bringing your food? And then, of course, dinner. Where are you getting your dinner? Pause for discussion. So, a lot of the barriers to eating a healthy diet are that, I don't make very much money. Fast food is so much more expensive, and it's a lot easier. I don't have time to go grocery shopping, or I don't have time. Fast food is just right there, and healthy food just doesn't taste good to me. I am not going to eat my broccoli. I'm not going to eat that no matter what you put in front of me. I'm just not going to eat it. So we've identified some barriers, and now we'll talk about some tips to kind of minimize them. This is not an inclusive list, so if you happen to have a tip, I hope that you would share it with the rest of the class. So the first one, I don't make much money. Okay, well, meal prepping. I know, everybody is talking about meal prepping. But it truly is a lot more inexpensive and much healthier than getting your food on the fly every day. I totally understand getting that coffee, but prepping your lunches is a lot better for you than than getting your slice of pizza at Papagino's every day. Um, so having a list of meals you prefer to eat and then shop based on your list. So you prepare your meal that you're going to bring for lunch every day. Uh, my boyfriend, like I said, he's in the trades. His go-to is um chicken, and he gets like a package of chicken breasts and he bakes them, and then he sautés up peppers, onions, and mushrooms, and he has that for the week. So in nutrition, we call that a healthy sorry about that. So we call it a healthy default. So you're setting up your food environment and you're pre-making the choices that you would make anyway. It's just already finished for you. Um, so it's a lot easier to create a healthy default and create a healthier food environment when it's already finished. Um, so just another tip is if something is on sale, buy extra to prevent paying full price next time. So when those chicken breasts or chicken whatevers go on sale, you can get extra and put them in your freezer. That way, the next time you decide that you would like to make a chicken dish, then it's already prepared for you. Now, um, this picture is a really good example of food prepping. I know it's not entirely realistic for a lot of you, but it's a good idea. They've already got you see you've got it's like a grilled chicken or a grilled patty of some sort with some maybe sweet potatoes and broccoli. And so what they have here is half of their food that they're consuming is vegetables, which are really high in micronutrients as well as fiber. And it's already ready to go. So if all this is prepackaged, oh, sorry, let's go back. If all this is prepackaged in your fridge, when you're headed out the door in the morning, you can just grab one. Um, and it looks like they've prepared some hummus as a dipping sauce, maybe, and some yogurt with well, it looks to me like a strawberry topping, but that's a really good snack to eat at your morning break is yogurt with a little bit of fruit, as well as nuts they've already got prepared. So it's taking the choice of out of meal prep. So going on, fast food's quick and easy. But is it? Is it really? So if you're gonna eat fast food, here's just a few places you could go. So like Chipotle, they've got their bowl. You can get romaine chicken, black beans, fajita vegetables, tomato salsa, and cheese. Or get a veggie delight at Subway. Try to stay away from those cold cuts because they're full of salt. And then Starbucks, they have a classic whole grain oatmeal that's full of fiber that'll help keep you going all day. And then keeping healthy snacks on hand in your cooler is a great idea too. So carrots, grapes, oranges, drinkable yogurt, and a light salad dressing as a dipping sauce. I totally understand the desire to consume energy-dense foods. They're delicious, but they're not good for you. But if you are going to eat fast food, then think about what you're putting in your body. So if you're looking at a grilled chicken versus a crispy chicken sandwich, maybe go towards the grill. And just pay attention that salads may have more sugar in them and more fat than an order of fries. So you can always ask for the menus. Restaurants now have to keep menus of daily value nutrition facts for all the foods on their menu. So it's important to just keep that fat content in mind when you're eating out, especially if it's that saturated fat or trans fats. And then my favorite healthy snack, honestly, is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. my boyfriend uses an empty water bottle and he fills it with milk and he eats his PB&J and drinks his milk on the drive home. It's pretty funny, but he likes it. So here's just some strawberries, some cheese and crackers, apples. So you don't have much time. What are we going to do about that? So meal prepping doesn't take as long as you think. You can prep an entire week's worth of meals in an hour or two. And if you cook a meal during the week, you can just make extra so you have enough for lunch the next day. Like make that whole box of that vegetable-based pasta instead of only half the box. And make that third or fourth chicken breast in the package. Don't put it back in your freezer. Because you can just have that for lunch the next day. You're cooking, you might as well make it all. Oh, but what if healthy food doesn't taste good? Okay, so I've made something for you, and after this we'll go ahead and take a little bit of a break. So I made up some cooked mushrooms, peppers, and onions, and over some brown rice, and I made a sauce of liquid aminos, lime juice, sriracha sauce, and fresh cilantro for some extra flavor. It's super delicious, so I'll have you all just come up and try a little bit, and we'll take a 10-minute break, and we'll come back and continue.